Okay, hello, time for another figure review. I apologise if you can hear any background noise during this, sort of murmured like sounds. My neighbour has their television up unfeasibly loud, it's really irritating. I'm not sure what neighbour. If it's the downstairs one, she's deaf, so I can't really complain. Anywho, today's figure review is concentrating on... No, not these guys, get out of here, alright? Go away, Power Ranger / Teletubby Daleks. Nobody wants you, except I kind of do, because I bought you, but that's not the point. Okay, today's review is looking at a figure from the first wave of toys based on one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. Certainly the best superhero game ever made. It's Batman from Arkham Asylum, Wave 1. Oh yes, let's have a look at him, shall we? These were announced by DC Direct a little while ago that they were going to do figures based on the Batman Arkham Asylum game. And they released images of the figures of Series 1 and 2, and these were announced to be released in, I believe, January of this year over here in the UK, at least, at shops like Forbidden Planet and Game, places like that. For some reason, they didn't come out until sort of the middle of last month, mid-February, and apparently Series 2, which was going to be out last month, is now going to be out in June, so while to wait. But let's have a look. This is Series 1. These are the figures in the set. We've got the Joker with a little Scarface ventriloquist dummy. We've got Scarecrow, definitely the best boss battles in the game. We've got Harley Quinn in her ravishing nurse's outfit. And we've got the Batman, of course. This comes with a neat little summary. Let's have a look. A little rounding up of the game. If you didn't play Batman Arkham Asylum, this will sum it up in terms of the main plot. It's a madhouse, and the lunatics are running the asylum. After arriving on Arkham Island, Batman is greeted by Warden Sharp and security personnel. Although the Joker is securely strapped to a handcart for transfer to the deepest bowels of Arkham, he escapes nonetheless. Ooh, isn't he tricky? This is going to be the worst night of Batman's life. With the Joker free, inciting unrest among the inmates, Batman faces a riot from a cadre, I think it's cadre, I don't know, of Gotham City's most wanted, killers and psychopaths who are screaming for vengeance and out for blood. Batman's blood. His mission, stop the Joker and his accomplices at all costs. Welcome to the asylum. Arkham Asylum. Oh, Arkham and that. So yeah, pretty nice sort of sheet that came with the figure, you know, sum up of the characters, and a little preview there of the figures in set 2, Armoured Batman, Zaz, Poison Ivy and Bane. But we're concentrating on set 1, and namely the Batman figure. Now, I don't tend to get DC Comics figures. I'm not a big fan of DC Comics overall, though they've created iconic characters like the Green Lantern and Superman. I prefer my comics to be from Marvel overall, hence all these Marvel figures back here. But there's something about Batman, I think it's the Rogues Gallery and the Bruce Wayne Batman character that keeps me interested in the Batman comics. So I instantly snapped up Arkham Asylum when it came out, and now snapped these figures up. So this is Batman himself, in his lovely massive boots. In this game they definitely wanted to make him look buffer than sort of like the comic book one, who is buff, but if he was just wearing spandex, obviously it wouldn't look as cool. Voiced by Kevin Conroy in the game, the man who voiced him in the animated series. My favourite Batman voice, actually. Okay, so let's get down to the basics. Articulation. Here at the upper calf, one joint in the knee, one joint at the hip. I think there's waist, but I'm not going to force it because it's a bit stiff on this figure. Articulation there. Articulation at the elbow. Sort of a ball joint in the shoulder, but again, mostly for display purposes. I don't want to wreck him. And his head is on a ball joint too. Very detailed figure overall. They've decided to make a plastic cape. I remember Batman toys when I was a kid would have a cloth cape. That'd be very annoying, but it's been sculpted so that when he stood up, sort of it flows behind him. So it's not just a spare part, it looks like part of the figure. In terms of the likeness from the game, they have got it pretty spot on. His face seems a little slimmer than the character in the game. See if we can just get a bit of focus here. And that's the best I'm going to get, I'm afraid. Yeah, his face does seem a little slimmer than the in-game character, but overall, very, very good likeness. He did come with an accessory, which was a Batarang. However, when I removed him from the packaging, the Batarang sort of strapped into his hand and sellotaped in. This lovely little gadget snapped. So I've got two halves of a Batarang, which is a massive shame. I'm currently keeping them at the base of Scarecrow, but you'll see more from him in another video. So yeah, if you're a Batman fan, definitely consider this figure, because it's a very gritty looking, very buff Batman. Basically looks like a superhero. You got that on a shelf, you're looking up at it, you're like, yes, that dude... I just moved my thumb there because it was in an appropriate place. Yes, that dude could kick butty. If you're a fan of Arkham Asylum, definitely think about getting this. It'd look great next to your Xbox or PS3. If you're out for a toy, I wouldn't entirely recommend it, just because I'd hate to see someone wreck one of these figures, because they are brilliant. But yeah, I mean, it depends on how carefully you play. I don't really play. I wouldn't do any stop motion with him, I don't think, just because he's a bit too stiff. But yeah, if you're a collector like myself and you enjoy having comic book memorabilia about, definitely consider this figure. If you're a gaming fan, definitely consider this figure. And there he is, the Batman. Nice one. Okay, that's the first in the Batman Arkham Asylum wave of figures. I'm going to give him a very generous, but you know, I'm only marking him down on his articulation, I guess. I'm giving him a 8 out of 10. Next review, we're going to be looking at the Scarecrow. Oh, so stick around for that one. So that's Batman. And I've been trying to hold off a burp for the last 5 minutes. Oh, there it is. It's one of the silent ones. You didn't need to know that, but what you do need to know is the Batman figure's ace. Get it? Oh, zoom into the abs!